So today's the day. It wasn't easy getting here. Delayed plane flights, nearly missed connections, and a 3 a.m. arrival time, but we finally made it. On this day, we'll be hiking the Grinnell Glacier Trail. It was a last-minute trip, and Glacier isn't an easy place to get to. Glacier National Park is quite large, and while we're staying in the park, we aren't close to the trail. Our goal is to finish the hike before the sun sets on us. Easier said than done. We start our day at the Apgar Village Inn, just near the western entrance to the park. I don't think I'll ever get over waking up here, but it's time to make our way to the trail. We're off to go hike the glacier. It's actually pretty crazy. We're on the Going to the Sun Road, and you wouldn't believe just how much traffic there is, even after it's closed to people without tickets. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like it's going to be a long day. That's right. It's a 2.5-hour drive through the park just to get to the start of the hike. You have to drive the entire Going to the Sun Road, leave the park on the eastern side, and then re-enter near the Many Glaciers Hotel. The Going to the Sun Road is a destination in its own right. Many of the more popular hiking trails start along its path. Most of the parking spots have been taken by the early birds that beat the 6 a.m. purchase ticket requirement to get onto the road. It's a great drive, but I'd highly recommend doing one of the red bus tours if you can. You get to see so much more since the bus is a convertible and you don't have to pay attention to the road. We are now passing through Logan Pass and the Continental Divide. The road to the Many Glaciers Hotel almost feels like a wrong turn. It's unpaved and virtually empty. Thankfully, we reach the driveway and the pavement smooths out again. The trail itself is a 12.5-mile round trip from the Many Glaciers Hotel up to the glacier and back. One of the advantages of starting at the hotel is that you can take the boat and save yourself 5 of those miles. Unfortunately for us, the earliest boat we could register for was 1 p.m. We'll have to take the boat one way and then hike the whole way back. We don't have much time to explore today as it's already 12:30 and the boat will be leaving soon. The views from the boat are amazing. Everywhere you look, you're surrounded by mountains looming overhead. Did I mention that the boat ride is technically 2 boat rides? It gets split up by a 1/4-mile hike. As we set off in the second boat, the pilot tells us about how many bears are in the area. They love the berries that grow on the hillside near the edge of the lake. Kristen really wants to see a bear in the wild, so we're looking, but no luck so far. So it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and we've still got 10 miles to hike. We'd best get started. The trail starts flat for the first half-mile or so, but gets steep shortly thereafter. It starts at around 5,000 feet up and goes up to about 7,000 feet. Most of the people we see on the trail are on their way down. They assure us that the end is totally worth the hike up though. If you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe. It really does make a difference. The lakes up here are all this beautiful turquoise color thanks to the glaciers in the area. As the glaciers move, they turn the rock into a flour-like dust that gives the water that color. The waterfall is one of the scarier sections on this trail. The footing is wet and slippery, and the drop-off is quite steep. We'll be getting a little wet to stay away from the ledge. Finally, we catch a glimpse of the glacier off in the distance. It feels like we've been hiking forever, but it's still quite far away. It's just past 3 p.m., and we've still got at least another hour to go. The last quarter of a mile to the top is the steepest, but in the end the view is worth it. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, so we don't have much time to enjoy it before we have to leave. Perhaps time for a picture? We'll have to save the swim for the next time we're here. With the glacier reached, it's time to start the 6-mile trek back down the trail to the hotel. Alright, the long journey back to the beginning starts. It's going to be even longer because we took the boat, remember? So, wish us luck. I'll tell you, the air is noticeably thinner up here. You can tell that we're used to hiking at sea level. As we catch our last glimpses of the Grinnell Lake, we can't help but think about how special this place is. Who wants to go through the waterfall one more time? It's scarier on the way down, for sure. Ooh, that was cold. We can see the sun going down behind the mountains. It's getting dark out, and I'm glad that we've only got a couple of miles left. As we're walking along the side of the lake, Kristen shouts out, "Bear!" Sure enough, a bear is up on the hillside with his head popped out of a berry patch. He must have been having his dinner. All is well as we start to see signs of civilization again, and we've reached the walking path back to the hotel. Kristen must have wished extra hard to see a bear. As we come around the bend, we see Mama Bear and her cub about 10 yards away. Thankfully they ran off, but that was a little close for comfort. Even with a few minutes delay for bears, we made it back to the Many Glaciers Hotel just as darkness arrives. We made it, even if it was a bit more exciting than we'd planned on. With that, we'll catch you next time here at the Weekend Experience.